Monstarz.
Good afternoon and welcome to Bostic Gymnasium in Danville, Indiana, as we bring you an American Basketball Association game between the Indiana Lyons and the Midwest Monstarz. And the Monstarz, not only did they arrive 2 hours before game time, they brought their own players. So if you watched the debacle yesterday, you know what I'm referring to. I'm Eric Ivey. I'm here with Jim Holtzclaw. Together, we are Minotaur Streaming. And Jim, let's go ahead and slap the Monstarz roster up on the screen so folks can learn who these guys are. Number 1, Alex Gaines. Number 3, Kamari Anderson. Number 5 is Marquise Harris. 7, C.J. Broadnax. 10 is Ari Young. 23 is Charles Harris. 24 is Fred Harris. 32, DeMarcus Anderson. 34, V. Bracey, and 35, Meech Osborne. And for your Indiana Lyons, there's the big long roster. Today, number 1 is David Coward instead of Brandon Mitchell. Brandon Mitchell is not suited up. And since Preston Case wears something anywhere from -3 to 147, we will tell you today he is wearing number 25.
The random assassin.
Yes. So those are your Indiana Lyons. It looks like starting for the Monstarz is Alex Gaines, V. Bracey, Charles Harris, Fred Harris, and C.J. Broadnax. Starting for your Indiana Lyons, Tiger Guillory, number 21, Jordan Heidelberg, number 3, Mike Carter, number 18, and number 1 is David Coward.
30, Gerald Campbell.
Number 30, Gerald Campbell. This will be Tiger Guillory going up against V. Bracey for the tip-off. And we're about to get underway in this broadcast that is brought to you by Mission 22.
And it looks as though Alex Gaines forgot his shorts.
Yeah,
or
he's got a
nobody's going to let him
different
borrow theirs.
set of shorts. Midwest Monstarz are in the lime green uniforms with dark trim. I can't tell if that's black or blue. I think it's black. And the Indiana Lyons are in the purple and teal jerseys with the white shoulders.
Quite the fitting game for Halloween week.
Yep. Tiger Guillory wins the tip-off out to Mike Carter over to Gerald Campbell, and we're underway. Cam fires up a 3. It is up no good. Carter cannot save it, steps out of bounds, and the ball will go over to the Midwest Monstarz. The Monstarz, who call themselves the Stars on social media, so I'll probably interchange that throughout the game, they come out of the Chicagoland area. They are new to the ABA this season. They played a couple of games last weekend against Chicago-based teams and didn't go their way. So they're looking, I think, for their first win today.
Do you know where their home base is at in Chicago?
I don't know specifically.
I don't either.
Shot clock violation there. The ball will go over to the Indiana Lyons.
Now
Jordan
everybody looks up
with
at the shot clock.
Toss, and here come the Lyons. Jordan fires up a 3. Got it! 3 points for Jordan Heidelberg. Lions up 3-zip with just over 11 minutes left in the first quarter. Mike Carter almost knocks the ball free. And David Coward does, but it's at the expense of the health of C.J. Broadnax. No, Alex Gaines, my bad. That is a 1 out of 7. So foul on Coward. Ball stays with the Midwest Monstarz. Stars with it, passing around. Underneath. Oh, somebody got a hand in there. Maybe Mike Carter.
That was Mike Carter.
Knocked the ball down. Ball back over to the Lyons. Here comes Jordan. Got it again.
He's on fire. He's been shooting lights out this season so far.
Yes, he has. Our Jordan Heidelberg is back.
Yeah, good to see him back.
Had a rough time of it in the last campaign and has fixed whatever ailed him. Long 3 there by the Monstarz, up and good. And that was C.J. Broadnax. Here come the Lyons. Coward with it. Nope. Kicks it out to Cam. Monstarz looking real quick on defense. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Jordan Heidelberg, 3 straight three-pointers to get this thing started. 9-3, Lions in the lead.
Nothing but threes today. So far, at least.
Lyons also playing very pesky defense. Shot is up. Shot is good by V. Bracey. And Bracey draws the foul. Will go to the line to shoot the and one.
Still nothing but 3-pointers.
Yeah. Well, except for Bracey's too, but he could convert it to a 3 here.
Yeah.
I got a chance to talk to V. Bracey before the game. Thank you very much to V for helping me out with pronunciation of some of his teammates' names.
He's got a good radio voice.
He does.
Yeah, V, if you ever...
He's got a real rich, deep voice, and he hits the three-pointer there. And it's 9-6, Lions in the lead.
Still all threes.
Passing it around, Gerald Campbell. Nope. Fakes a 3, decides to take it in closer, then kick it out to Jordan. Jordan over to Coward. Coward with a mid-range jumper
fake.
off the side of the backboard. Mike Carter with the offensive
Good
rebound.
board, Mike Carter.
And the cleanup.
Yeah, I like the fake by Coward. Instead of taking that 3, get a closer shot. All those threes aren't going to go down all game long.
Right. Whistle on the floor. Jordan Heidelberg called for the foul. Ball will stay with the Monstarz. And thank you very much, too, to the Monstarz for getting us your roster last night. That is such a big help for us. And we were able to chat with them a little bit over social media. We knew they were coming. We knew they were bringing their whole roster,
That was a good
including Charles Harris, who just buried a 3 for the Stars. Not sure how clearly you might be able to see it on the screen, but Charles Harris has a black face mask on, protecting either his eyes or his nose, probably from a previous injury.
Or his identity.
Oh, could be. It is Halloween. And, might be a mask, but I think it's more protective in nature as the Monstarz steal the ball. Broadnax brings it up the floor. He gets knocked down. Nothing called, but Fred Harris is there for the board and the cleanup. 11-11. Close game. Coward with a three-pointer. David Coward
Trains it.
hits it from long range. 14-11. And we've got a whistle on the floor. Timeout called by the Midwest Monstarz. Jim, it's close enough. It's 8:36 left in the first quarter. Let's take it to commercial timeout. Welcome back to Bostic Gymnasium, Danville, Indiana, as we come out of what we took as a media timeout. And we hope you're enjoying this broadcast, brought to you by Mission 22. We'll talk about them in a little bit, and we will also discuss why they are sponsoring this broadcast again. But first, the Midwest Monstarz inbound it, bring it up the floor. Alex Gaines, to be specific. Monstarz in the green uniforms, Lions in the purple and blue uniforms. Shot is up, shot is good by Alex Gaines. 14-13, Lions in the lead as we approach the 8-minute mark left in the first quarter. Jordan Heidelberg with it. Jordan shoots, got it! Jordan, white hot coming out of this one.
Yeah, he's on fire today. He looked really good in the warm-ups, too,
Yes,
so
he did.
hopefully that carries on through the rest of the game.
Shot is up. No, a little bit too long on the three-pointer. Rebounded by David Coward for the Lions. Over to Jordan Heidelberg, and Jordan brings it up the floor. He's got a wide open look for three. Oh, my goodness. Jordan
Wow.
Heidelberg is just killing it today.
If they don't want this thing to get out of hand, they're going to have to bring somebody out and guard him.
Yes.
Jordan Heidelberg. He hasn't missed yet, I don't believe.
I don't think he has.
There's
Monstarz.
a big invisible funnel over the net for Jordan today.
That's right. Fred Harris can't get his shot to go. It's rebounded by the Lions. Here he comes again. Nope, kicks it over to Coward. Coward's going to move in a little bit closer. Out to Cam. Back out to Coward. Coward fires a long three. Going to be a little short, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Oh,
and
Coward.
over to the Midwest Monstarz.
Coward, you are no Jordan Heidelberg.
That's right. I don't think anybody could be Jordan except Jordan himself today.
Yeah,
Well, he is
Jordan's got what?
Smoking hot.
15 of the 19 points,
I
maybe?
think so. Monstarz get it across center court just in the nick of time before they get a backcourt violation. Nice job passing around, except that pass was a little bit too tall. Goes out of bounds over to the Lions.
Oh, Cam trying to make a quick pass, but guys weren't ready for it.
There's Cam. And he hits a three. And generally teams don't want to leave Gerald Campbell that wide open because, you know, that happens.
Well, it makes the second guy today they don't want to leave wide open.
That's right. Monstarz getting it up the floor. No, a little tricky play there.
Oh, it's going to be 3 shots.
Yeah.
Mike Carter
Mike
picks
Carter
up the foul.
gets the foul called on him, while Fred Harris was sort of attempting a three-pointer. he was doing a Gerald Campbell impression. We've seen Cam do that several times.
Yeah, that's a smart play.
Yeah. So Fred Harris will go to the line for the Monstarz to shoot 3, since he was in the process of shooting a three-pointer when he was fouled. First shot, up and good. Makes it 22-14, Lions in the lead. 6:22 left in the first frame.
Got some sweet pink kicks on today.
Yeah, he does.
Doesn't quite go with the lime green, but I'm not. I can barely dress myself.
Yeah, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so kudos to him for bringing awareness to that through his shoes.
I tell you, that's the one thing that has changed in the last few years is the color of the basketball shoes. I remember back when I was playing, we had Chuck Taylors and some Nikes, and that was what you had to choose from.
Fred Harris goes 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Substitution is DeMarcos Anderson and Ari Young enter the game for the Monstarz. Gerald Campbell can't get his shot to go, but he gets his own no.
It's a good move. They're going to call it on 24, I believe. That was Fred Harris picking
Meach
up the foul.
Osborne is in too. I think Meach Osborne was the one who actually got tagged with it. And Meach has some neon orange shoes with some neon pink on them.
Yeah, all the Monstarz have unique shoes, that's for sure. Not that the Lions don't, but.
Oh, check out those kicks on DeMarcos Anderson.
Yeah, I see that.
Blue. Yeah, I like that. Got a little pink on them.
Yeah, we're up here talking about the Kardashians.
Gerald Campbell hits both of his.
Not going to happen.
24-16, Lions in the lead. Monstarz with it. Three-point shot up. Three-point shot good by Ari Young.
Wow, guys.
And Monstarz got some shooters. Jordan Heidelberg into Tiger Guillory. Out to Gerald Campbell. Cam looking for some room. 6 seconds left on the shot clock.
Yeah,
Cam knows this.
Cam's got a big man on him, so he's trying to make a move.
And he shoots and scores
Cam.
2 over the top of Fred Harris.
Yes.
Fred did a good job guarding him closely, but Cam got that one through. Monstarz passing it around. Fred Harris with it at the top of the key. He's going to take it in. Shoot, won't
that was
go.
a good spin
Rebounded
move,
by a
but-
teammate, blocked by Coward.
That was Coward. Good defense, guys.
And here come the Lions.
Good
Gerald
defense by the
Campbell
Lions.
for 3. Got it. Gerald Campbell
Wow.
is quite hot today.
These guys are on fire today. They are not going to let another game slip away. That's
No.
for sure.
Three-pointer, a little bit short. Rebounded by Jordan Heidelberg. That was Meach Osborne trying to get that three to go down, but to no avail. And here comes Jordan. He shoots, he scores. And yeah, Jim, I don't think he's missed today.
I don't think he has that I know of.
And we got a timeout on the floor. 4:33 left in the first quarter. Indiana Lyons 31, Midwest Monstarz 19. And Jim and I are going to take a break and be back shortly. Welcome back to Bostic Gymnasium as we come out of the second media timeout of the first quarter. Indiana Lions up 31-19, 4:33 left in the first frame. And this has been a good game.
Yeah, it's
I'm much happier than I was yesterday at this point.
Lions are off to a hot start.
Yeah, they are.
I think they've only missed three shots, 4 shots maybe. I am not going to jinx them, so I'm going to knock on some pre-manufactured wood product.
That's right. Monstarz get it across the timeline just in time. Fred Harris with it. Top of the key. Over to, I think that's Meach Osborne, if I'm remembering shoes correctly. And now I see
Jordan.
his number. And they're going to call a jump ball, even though Meach was desperately trying to call a timeout. And I couldn't. Oh, apparently the possession arrow favors the Lions. I'm just absolute. No.
Favors. Yeah, I was going to say favors the Monstarz. So either that or everybody swapped ends real quick.
Yeah, I was just going to say I'm absolutely terrible at remembering which way the possession arrow goes, and now it's been illustrated for Monstarz fans.
Yeah, and I don't know if we can see the – oh, Carter.
Scrum
get in
underneath.
There. Get that, Carter.
Shots won't go. Finally, T. Williams, who entered the game during the commercial, comes out with it for the Lions.
Going to have to put the death grip on the ball underneath the board with these big guys.
Tiger Guillory is butt-bumping his way in. He gets knocked down. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lions. No foul called.
Yeah,
good defense there by the Stars.
He was trying to make some room, but, yeah, the Monstarz were not giving up some space.
Mike Carter into Jordan, and there you jinx Jordan, Jim. Way to go.
Yo.
But Lions retain possession. Jordan thinks about it, about an 80-yard three-pointer, decides to take it closer, shoots and scores.
You can't hit them all, but you can hit most of them.
Yep.
Except for one.
So, Jordan, hit me up later. I will draw you a map to Jim's house so you can go flatten all his truck tires.
Yeah, I moved recently.
Quick toss by the Lions.
Yeah, Jordan's not.
Cam over to T. T's going to drive it in. No, he tried to pass to Tiger Guillory, but the Monstarz pick it off. Long pass down the other way. Shot is up, no good. Whistle on the floor. And I believe it's against the Lions, and it will be against Tiger Guillory.
Yes, it will be.
And what do we have now?
Calling a media timeout?
Well, we already did media timeout. So, Jim, let's throw that ABA unique rules up since the Monstarz are new to the league.
We can do that.
A player has 7 seconds to get the ball across center court in the ABA. If he does not, it's a backcourt violation. Players foul out on their 7th foul, but they can return in overtime. A half-court basket is worth 4 points, and if a team turns the ball over in the backcourt for any reason, the 3D light comes on. And when the 3D light is on, the team with the ball gets an added point to any basket that's made, and they get an added free throw attempt to any shooting foul that is called. So those are some of the unique ABA rules that make the game generally pretty fast-moving, high-scoring, and pretty exciting. Leads that would be safe in traditional basketball generally are not in the ABA. So, Monstarz fans, I know you've had a couple games to sort of get used to those rules, but we'll help you out as things happen that look kind of wonky to traditional basketball fans, and we'll let you know why it's happening and what the result of that is.
Yeah, and if you hit it from behind the back at half court, you get four points, and we will also give you 3 style points.
Oh, yes. Very nice.
And if the 3D light is on, we'll give you 5 points. And how about 4 style points from Minotaur Streaming,
there
just
you go.
because it looked pretty. And you
That's
give us
right.
something to put up, and I can exercise my replay button.
Yes. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Mission 22. They were also the sponsors of yesterday's broadcast, but we felt like the way that game turned out, and I won't go into it, but if you were here or you watched the video, you know, that Mission 22 did not get adequate viewership for their sponsorship, and we feel that their program is so important as they provide services to military veterans to help with their mental health and to help prevent veteran suicide, that we wanted to bring them back for sponsorship of this broadcast. So thank you very much, Mission 22. We apologize for yesterday. It was outside of everybody's control, including the Lions. They had no idea that was going to happen. So we wanted to make it right, and thank you for all that you do for our military veterans.
So everybody stick around for the halftime commercials.
Absolutely. We put together a special presentation at halftime about Mission 22. We showed it yesterday. We will show it again today at halftime. So if you didn't see it yesterday, be sure to stick around and watch it throughout halftime today. Lions with it.
Preston Roberts in the game.
Yes.
Oh. It was that T that tried to tip it out and couldn't quite hit his own
Long
player.
three-pointer there. Oh, he got it. Got the friendly roll, did Ari Young.
That thing made some bounced up to the ceiling.
Yeah. That closes the gap to a 10-point deficit for the Monstarz. I like the Monstarz logo. It is cool. Whoever did that, kudos.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Shot is up and good for the Lions, 35-23. Ball gets knocked loose briefly, but Meach Osborne reels it in.
Oh, Preston Roberts really wanted that ball.
Somebody just got teed up.
I believe that probably would have been, well, would that have been Preston Roberts?
Don't know. There was a little pushing and shoving. Jump ball. Technical on Preston Roberts.
Yeah, none of that.
Or no. Well,
no technical?
I thought he showed 4 fingers.
Technical.
But Cam is shooting the shots, and the Monstarz don't have a 4.
Wouldn't have been 3 or 5 on the Monstarz. They got a.
Could have been.
Huh. Okay, once again, we have no idea.
Yeah.
Somebody had to have gotten a T just then.
Yeah.
Unless it's a double foul for some reason, and now the Monstarz would get a foul.
Aha. Well, no. I thought you were onto something there. I'm
Let's
sorry,
see where
folks.
we go.
We just
No,
don't
that's
know
gonna be
what happened. Ari Young was trying to distract Cam while he was shooting, but didn't work.
Cam had some kind words.
Yeah.
Saying, let's go out for a beer afterwards.
Yeah. He says, I
maybe
really
a bite
like,
to eat.
Yeah, really like you, buddy, and maybe we can watch an NBA game later today or something.
Let's just all get along and finish this game out.
Yep, Phil Bessick with the hoop, shoots and scores 2.
There you go, Phil.
So something happened in that scrum down there on the other end of the court, and the Monstarz, one of the Monstarz was teed up for some reason, and
I think that may have been more of something said than something
probably
done.
Yeah, I would imagine that there were no haymakers being thrown down there or anything like that. Monstarz make some substitutions as Kamari Anderson comes in wearing number 3, and V. Bracey re-enters the game wearing number 34. Oh, no, just kidding on Kamari.
Okay, I'm trying to
he was
direct
sent back to
traffic.
the sideline. Phil Bessick plows over Alex Gaines.
Yeah, I'd have to call that a charge as well.
Yep.
That's a good way to take a charge, Alex Gaines.
Yeah, Alex Gaines is looking for all his teeth now. He thinks he's got them all, but he bounces back up after getting run over by Phil.
You know, when they come at you and lower the shoulder, there's no rule that says you can't make it look 10 times worse than it actually is.
Right.
But that was definitely a charge.
Now Kamari has entered the game. Kamari Anderson, that is, for the Midwest Monstarz. Three-pointer up and good by Alex Gaines, who not only lost some teeth, but he managed to get himself upright and down the court and hit a 3.
Yeah, we haven't even hit the end of the first period yet, and the Lions have already – oh, my, we're getting –
Meach Osborne got his hands up to block the shot. He might have got a piece of Phil, too. I think he did. Phil says that was a good try, Meach, and I know you didn't do it on purpose. Gives him a nice pat on the back. Good sportsmanship there by Phil Bessick. He will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, if you're going to commit the foul, you definitely don't want him to make the shot.
Right.
But you don't want to be too egregious with it either.
Sure, yeah. And Meach was doing just that, and I didn't get any ill-intention vibe off of him at all. Meach is going to get a breath of fresh air while Charles Harris comes in. If you're just now joining us, Charles is wearing a protective mask on his face that covers his eyes and nose. In case you're wondering what looks a little different on the video, Phil gets the second one to go. It's 41-26, Lions in the lead, under a minute left in the first frame. That's a 3D play because the Monstarz turned it over in the backcourt. So that's 2 for the basket, 1 for the 3D light.
And I got it. Yeah, I didn't. They did it too quick at half court.
So Monstarz fans, your pass originated in the backcourt, and it was picked off by Gerald Campbell. So that turned on the 3D light. And then T. Williams down on the other end scored a layup, got 2 points for the basket, and 1 for the 3D light. So just explaining things a little bit for you. And it's Kamari Anderson for 2 the other way for the Monstarz. T. Williams shoots, scores 2. He crashes, but he bounces right back up. Here come the Monstarz bringing it up the floor.
Oh, and the Lions are playing full court.
There's another 3D play. And what? A double dribble. Okay, so Monstarz fans, that will kill the 3D light. Everything's back to normal now. Because after Jordan stole it, he was called for double dribble, which gives the ball back to the Monstarz and ends the 3D possession. I hope I explained that well for you. And we will continue to do so throughout this game since we know that you guys are new. Shot is up and just a little bit short, trying to beat the buzzer. And we go to the end of the first frame. Indiana Lyons 46, Midwest Monstarz 28, and we will be back in a moment. We are back in Bostic Gymnasium, Danville, Indiana, as we're getting set to start the second quarter between the Indiana Lions in purple and blue uniforms and the Midwest Monstarz out of Chicagoland wearing the lime green uniforms. It is currently 46-28 in the Lions' favor, but Midwest Monstarz have been a good team.
Yeah, I like the defense they play.
Yeah.
Yep, not all grabby like some teams.
Exactly. I've noticed that as well as Fred Harris sinks 2 for the Monstarz. Alex Gaines almost picks that one off. And Cam's pass was way too tall for T, goes out of bounds and over to the boys in green.
It says, T, last time I played with you were taller, weren't you?
That's right. Long three-pointer up and good. And as soon as he turns around, I will tell you who that was. That is C.J. Broadnax.
Yeah.
Very nice shot there by Broadnax. And we had a mid-air collision. 3.
Had to be on.
Kamari Anderson was called for the foul. Phil Bessick with it.
Make a
Over
good
to
move,
Eric Messer.
Phil.
Eric, in and out, won't go. Rebounded, however, by T. T. Williams with it. Back out to Eric. Across the court to Cam, who is wide open, and that does not work out well for the Monstarz.
No. Seen that before.
Yep. It never does for opponents who leave the Cam wide open. Oh, nice three-pointer there by Fred Harris.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And he mimics Cam's celebratory dance.
I don't think you want to open up that can of worms.
Oh, they're both smiling. I think they're just having fun.
Yeah.
Long pass down there to Harris again. Lays it up and in. Fred Harris having himself a good game in those nifty pink shoes. Comes T to the bucket. Won't go. Whistle on the floor after some contact, and we'll see what the problem is.
He's calling a foul on that 3.
Kamari again.
I think it was.
So T. Williams will go to the line and shoot 2. 10:22 left in the second quarter. It's 49-38. Lions in the lead. Midwest Monstarz off to a good start in the second quarter. T's first shot is up. No good. Too hard.
A little more arc on the ball there, T.
Second shot. Up and, oh my goodness, how did that not go in? That defies the laws of physics.
Rattle
spits
around.
out of the bucket. So T gets no joy on either shot. Monstarz bringing it up the floor. Pass is tipped, but still reeled in by the boys in green. Shot is up. I think Preston Roberts got a hand on that. And I know Gerald Campbell got a hand on that one. And here comes Eric Messer with the Indiana Lions. Oh, his pass is picked off by Alex Gaines. Alex anticipated that one nicely, darted in there and slapped it away. Monstarz shoots, score. That is Fred Harris.
Fred Harris
continues
brings it
having
down.
his hot game.
Yeah.
So 49-40.
Lions, watch out for the comeback from the Monstarz.
Yeah. Whatever coach said to the Monstarz at the break was
T. Williams.
was valuable. Shot won't go.
T.
Rebounded by Kamari Anderson. Over to, I think that's Alex Gaines. His shot won't go. Yes, it was Alex Gaines. Saved, no, was not saved by Kamari. He ran out of floorboards over there. And T. Williams coming out. Jordan Heidelberg re-entering the contest for the Indiana Lions.
Yeah, Jordan's got half the points for the Lions today so far, so he's getting back out on the court when he's got a hot hand.
Underneath to Phil Bessick. Oops, Phil loses the handle. That's Alex Gaines again being a super pest on defense. Nicely done, Alex. And whoops. Oh, okay, Eric got a hand on it. That's why the pass looked so bad.
Yep, just knocked it out of bounds.
All right, so Kamari's pass was not as bad as it looked because Eric Messer got his hand on it, knocked it out. Stays with the Midwest Monstarz. Alex Gaines with it. He's directing traffic. Over to Fred Harris. Back to Alex. Alex going to try to work his way a little closer. He's running out of time. 2 seconds left on the shot clock, and that will be, no, I think there was a foul beforehand.
Oh, yeah.
Foul's called on Eric Messer. And so Fred Harris will go to the line and
shoot three. Boy, Fred Harris looks awful familiar to me. I'm wondering if he may have been on a different Chicago team recently.
Oh, I don't know.
I'd have to look him up.
8:42 left in the second quarter. We have a timeout on the floor. 49-40. Lions holding on to a 9-point lead, and Jim and I will be back in a moment. Welcome back to Bostic Gymnasium, Danville, Indiana, as we come out of the timeout that Jim and I treated as a media timeout. 8:42 left in the second quarter. Indiana Lions in purple and blue. They have 49 points. The Midwest Monstarz have 40. But Fred Harris is at the line for the Monstarz, and he can close this gap to 3 if he can get all 3 of his free throws. I'm sorry, 6 if he can get all 3 of his three.
The gap was 18 there for a little while.
Yeah, it was.
They've come all the way back pretty quick.
Yeah, in between the first quarter and the second quarter. I don't know if coach for the Monstarz passed around a bunch of Red Bull or what, but Midwest Monstarz looking tough here in the second frame. And Harris does indeed get all 3, so it's 49-43. Lions in the lead. Cam to the hoop. He shoots, he scores. Ooh, Jordan almost picked it off. And Preston Roberts knocks it out of bounds. It will stay with the Monstarz. Charles Harris is going to do the honors. And he does, into Alex Gaines, and here we go. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Gaines fires up a 3. It's going to be wide left. It'll go out of bounds and over to the Indiana Lions. Here come the boys in purple and blue. Jordan Heidelberg. Phil Bessick. There is Alex Gaines again with another steal.
Really pesky.
Gaines, wow. There's Gaines again. 2-pointer up, no good. Rebounded by Phil Bessick. Jordan, no, can't get it to go, but he gets his own rebound, and he is fouled on the way up. I believe Kamari is going to be the guilty party. And what is this? Somebody with a green t-shirt and green shorts just came on the floor as if he was going to play.
And that's
with the Monstarz.
That's a technical.
That certainly is. He doesn't have a number.
Okay, they're putting Cam in the game. I think Cam's going to be shooting free throws. Yeah, I think that's what they're sorting out right now.
Okay. Unfortunately, we don't know who this fella is. He doesn't have a number or anything other than green clothing on. Monstarz fans, you may know better than I do, but appears he is going to enter the game, and a technical will be called because his uniform does not match. Let's see how this all shakes out.
That wouldn't have been what the deal was earlier in the game with Kamari Anderson with his shorts.
I don't think so. I think that was a result of the tussle and
there was
words
something
back and forth down there on the far end from us.
But there really wasn't any. Okay, so to get that gentleman in the game, they're going to have to give up 2 technical free throws.
Yep. And I apologize, Monstarz fans. I don't know who this young man is, or I would call him by his name. Cam can't get the first technical shot to go.
Yeah, it's always 2.
And he gets the second one.
Hey, Cam.
Yeah, I've got a roster of 10 players. I see 11, including the unmarked Monstar. So
yeah, maybe he's one that's just not on the roster.
Could be. So now Jordan Heidelberg will go to the line and shoot the 2 that he's owed from getting fouled while shooting. His first shot is up. His first shot is good. That'll stretch the lead back out to 10 for the Indiana Lions.
Well, maybe the Monstarz got down to around Valparaiso, and saw him hooping on the playground and said, "Hey, hop in. Let's
jump in the car. We've got a green T-shirt.
Let's go play."
I'm sure that's how it worked.
Yeah.
Jordan can't get his second shot to go, but he steals the ball. Preston Roberts, no, his slam dunk won't go. Rebounded by Fred Harris. Fred brings it up the floor.
Preston.
And we've got a whistle. We've got Preston Roberts getting called for something. And where's the ball? I lost the ball. Oh, there it is over on the sideline. So it'll stay with Midwest Monstarz. Rainbow inbound throw, barely reeled in by Alex Gaines. Gaines going to shoot, Gaines going to score for the Monstarz. 53-45, Lions in the lead as we approach the 7-minute mark left in the second quarter. Preston Roberts. Nice move there, shoots and scores. Nicely done by number 4 in purple and blue. Jordan steals it, that's a 3D play. Here comes Eric Messer, lays it up and in. 2 for the basket, 1 for the 3D light. And there's another 3D play since the pass originated in the backcourt. Layup up and good.
Jordan.
2 for Jordan, 1 for the 3D light.
Jordan Heidelberg on the receiving end this time.
Yep. And the Monstarz call timeout because all of a sudden things went sideways in a hurry. Jim and I are going to take a break. We'll be back. Welcome back to Bostic Gymnasium, Danville, Indiana, in our game between the Indiana Lions and Midwest Monstarz, brought to you by Mission 22 and their outstanding work to help prevent veteran suicide. So before the break, the Lions got a couple 3D plays from turnovers in the backcourt, and that is not, well, Monstarz didn't lose the ball, so it doesn't matter. Shot is up and good by Charles Harris. So the Monstarz called timeout to kind of collect themselves and see if they can right the ship, so to speak. Silent assassin, Preston Case with it, over to Gerald Campbell. Cam to the hoop. Cam shoots. Cam scores.
Good move, Cam. Got something to say? He said, I'll buy appetizers.
Yeah. Ball is loose again. 3D light. Jordan shoots. No. So in that case, Monstarz fans, Jordan was fouled while he was shooting. The 3D light was on because the pass originated in the backcourt. So now Jordan Heidelberg will shoot 3 free throws with the third one added because the 3D light was on.
Yep, and the official in front of the camera is saying 3, so they're on the same page.
Yep. Jordan's first shot up and good.
I think, is that was the coach having a question about that?
I was watching Cam and Charles Harris exchange email addresses out at center court, so I wasn't looking at the coach.
Yeah.
Meach Osborne comes in. C.J. Broadnax comes in for the Midwest Monstarz. The unmarked Monstar and somebody else, I missed who it was, is getting a break. And here we go. Lions playing super pesty defense. That is a backcourt violation, and once more the 3D light is on. Because the Monstarz did not get the ball across midcourt in 7 seconds, and now we've got more whistles.
I never turned it off from the last time, so we're just going to leave it on there.
Okay. Preston Case into Jordan Heidelberg. Over to Preston Case. Preston to the hoop. Shoots, won't go. Rebounded by Meach Osborne. Now, Monstarz fans, that kills the 3D light. Except now it's back on because there was another pass in the backcourt that was intercepted. Preston Roberts shoots, gets the basket, and gets fouled on his way up. And the wheels have come off the wagon for the Midwest Monstarz in the last 3 or 4 game minutes as they can't get the ball out of their own end of the court.
Yeah, they were up within 3, and then it stretched back to 21 real quick.
Yeah. Lions are obviously taking advantage of that. Preston hits his free throw. So it's 69-47. And, my goodness, don't stop short of the center court line, Monstarz. Take one more step and get it across.
Their first priority needs to be just getting it across half court. And then, and that's going to be, you're going to need some guards to dribble up or something. But the Lions are playing some stifling defense.
Yeah. DeMarcos Anderson. No, that's not DeMarcos. That's V. Bracey with it. And his wonderful voice. There's DeMarcos with the ball. He kicks it over to Charles Harris. And it's picked off by Preston Roberts. DeMarcos hot on his heels. Knocks it out of Preston's hands. But DeMarcos will be the last one to touch it. It'll stay with the Lions. But that was a great play by DeMarcos Anderson to knock it free and get some help from his teammates down with him. Eric Messer going to inbound underneath me.
Yeah, going to give Cam a break so he can rest his voice a little bit.
Yeah, he's been yapping. Preston Case, no, won't go. Rebounded by V. Bracey. And V, if you don't already have a career in broadcast, consider one because your voice is awesome. Preston Roberts steals the ball, can't get it to go in. Finally gets his own rebound after it was tipped around. Things getting a little out of control on the court right now. There's Preston Roberts. No, won't go. And Charles Harris reels it in. Charles, there you go, Charles. Got it across center court. Over to V. Bracey.
But I would suggest not getting
stolen
trapped.
by Preston Case. He just swiped it right out of V's hands. 2-on-1 down here on the other end. There's just nothing that the Monstarz can do on that one. Ari Young was on an island with 2 Lions, and the Lions score 2. Oh, my goodness. Don't stop short.
And that's another.
Wow.
Yep, that is another 3D lights.
Yep. 3D lights not on in the house.
Should be. They called that.
There it is. All right, it is a 3D play. It was another backcourt violation. And Monstarz, oh my goodness, get the ball over the mid-court line before you stop.
At this point, that should be your first priority. Preston Case a little short.
Yeah, he can't get it to go. There we go. All right, Monstarz in business here. DeMarcus Anderson, no, won't go. Rebounded by Mike Carter.
Yeah, it seems like since the Lions started putting full court pressure on, I'll turn that light off. The Monstarz just kind of fell apart.
Yeah.
On the offensive board. There you go.
Eric Messer shoots and scores. And Jim and I have said it over and over, when we see new teams of the ABA, that backcourt violation is quite often just a killer.
Yeah, it's almost 7 seconds doesn't give you any time to pass it backwards.
Yes, and then the penalty is harsh. Oh, nice shot there by Charles Harris from 3-point range.
Yeah, that penalty is harsh.
The penalty is harsh every single time because then you add a point.
It could be a 3 or 4 point turnaround.
Yeah.
Real easily. Well, more than that, because not only do you lose the points that you were going to score, but the other team has the red light.
Yep. Ball comes loose, but whistle on the floor. 23. Oh, it was called on Charles Harris? Charles Harris was the one who got the ball after it was knocked away from Eric. I would think the one who...
yeah, I'm not sure what happened on that.
Knocked it free. I'm confused. Okay. Media timeout is called on the floor. 2:47 left in the second quarter. Indiana Lyons up 73-50 against the Midwest Monstarz, and Jim and I will be back in a bit. We are back in Bostic Gymnasium, Danville, Indiana, coming out of the media timeout. And Jim and I were talking during the break, and we're both a little puzzled as to what Charles Harris did to get nailed with a foul, unless I read the fingers wrong, but the referee was right under me, and I generally am not that blind, but unless he meant 32, and it was DeMarcus Anderson.
Who he's out on the ball right now.
Yeah. At any rate.
I could have been. Yeah, could have been.
Preston Case from long range. Got it! Nails the shot from sniper range, does the silent assassin. 3 for the Lions. And there, the Monstarz get it across midcourt.
There you go. Right. Yeah. Yeah, their main priority needs to be just getting it across half court.
Yep.
If the Lions are pressing you like that.
Shot is up, shot is good by V. Bracey.
Coach Tyrone Brown out on the court trying to get guys lined up for the last 2 minutes of the half.
Jordan Heidelberg with it. He'll shoot. He'll score. 2 for the Lions. Make it 78-52 as we hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter. Underneath to DeMarco. Oh, swatted away by Preston Roberts. Beautiful
Preston
play.
Robert. Oh, and
Gathered
then Mike.
up by Mark Carter.
Yeah, Mike Carter tipped it out. That was a pretty play, fellas.
Yes, it was.
A very unselfish play.
Preston Roberts finishes it off at the end, and oh, goodness sakes. You're going to wear out that 3D light button.
Did we
Quick toss.
got another one?
And, oh, my goodness.
Was that? Oh,
that was a 3D play.
I didn't. Well, I didn't even see them take the ball out.
Well, they did.
That was quick.
It got knocked free and went out of bounds.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that and try to hang tight with these guys.
Shot is up. No good by DeMarcus Anderson. Rebounded by Preston Case. And Lions call timeout. 1:09 left. We'll keep it here. We just went to media timeout.
They broke that loose pretty quick.
Oh, my. The second half of this second quarter has been catastrophic for the Midwest Monstarz.
Yeah, it's been about 5 minutes. 5 minutes and the wheels fell off. The trannies in the creek and they're
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow. And it almost all of it stems from failing to get the ball across midcourt before they turn it over, or it goes out of bounds, or they run out of time.
Yeah, that was the catalyst that started all this, was the 3D light and the full court press. The Lions clamped down on defense, and then also this is what I got a replay here. I'm not sure how many replays I've given this young man, but that's. We've seen him before.
Oh, yeah, that was his shot. Oh,
sorry.
I see what you did.
But I do have, let me see. Yeah, that was a low light from the. Sorry about that, Preston. I wrong button. Another one from Cam. I thought I had one of Jordan there.
There you go.
The threes have been raining down today.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if somebody took my advice and loosened up these rims a little bit. These rims are more accepting of the basketball today than what they have been in the past, even yesterday.
Yeah. T. Williams with it as we come out of the break. T going to drive to the basket. Ball gets knocked free. Hands going everywhere. Whistle on the floor. Midwest Monstarz coach wants a jump ball, and foul is called against. I thought he held up 2 fingers, but there's no 2 on the floor, so I don't know.
I got to give Preston Roberts one of those low lights every once in a while, just keep his head on his shoulders.
And Preston, hook up with Jordan later and get Jim's address and the map to his house.
just keeping you from getting too big for your britches.
Jim jinxed Jordan Eidelberg and made him miss his shot, and now he's picking on Preston again. Under a minute left in the first half.
And they have stretched it out to a 33-point lead.
Yeah, after the Monstarz got within 6. Oh, off-balance three-pointer there, won't go. Scrum forward underneath, ball goes out of bounds. It'll go over to the Lions. Corey Wright in the game. Corey Wright wearing number 10 for the Lions.
Monstarz trying to bring out their defense a little bit. Ooh, nice little crossover step to T. Williams.
T gets precisely the amount of mustard on it that it needed to go in, and nothing more.
Yeah, that was like a pinball machine. You got to kind of hit the side, and it'll drop in.
Preston Case gets dinged for the foul down on the other end. DeMarcus Anderson inbounds. Throws it into Ari Young, and here we go. Young over to Harris. Harris fires up a 3. No, a long 2, my bad. It does not go. It's rebounded by T. Williams. Here comes T again. No, throws it over to Preston Roberts. Finger roll won't go. Scrum for the rebound. Corey Wright with it. And they're going to wave the shot. They're going to wave Corey's shot off. Doesn't matter. It doesn't go in.
Yeah.
And we go to halftime with the Indiana Lions up 87-52.
Stick around for the halftime information,
Absolutely.
folks.
This broadcast is brought to you by Mission 22, and we will play their presentation. So please watch it.
Mission 22 is dedicated to unite the country in the war against veteran suicide. Bringing our veterans home is every American's job. Ambassadors are creating impact in their community across the country. Mission 22 has comprehensive treatment programs for post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury at no cost to veterans. This is an American issue. No matter where you stand, there's a place for your support. Visit mission22.com to learn more.
1, 2, 3. I love it, Molly.
They say it's a matter of time, 1,000 days and the sun won't shine before I come back to you. For your love I will go far, I wanna be wherever you are. I know I'm coming back for you.
Brother, it's good to see you.
Our love is a river long, the best ride in a million wrongs. I know I'm coming back to you. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. And I'm happy, nothing's going to stop me. I'm making my way home, I'm making my way.
You know, everyone wants to go back to who they were. You know, my memories of what was fun, what I liked, who I was, like that's what I want to go back to when this is finished. That's insane. You can't go back. Forward. That's the only way you can go. It's just a shame that, let's just say in a lifespan of 80 years, that 2 or 3 years is all you ever think about, or it's your entire identity. There's so much more life to live, but it's overwhelmed and overshadowed by these small, powerful experiences. That experience filled up the whole existence of me. Those experiences aren't going to go away. So how do you heal that? You grow, and that experience stays the same size. And as you grow, instead of it becoming your identity, it becomes a small scar that you carry. Instead of becoming a massive deficit, it now becomes a story, an asset, a signal post. You're now qualified to help others, to bring healing.
One of the things we haven't really talked about a whole lot yet is the effect of trauma. And you've probably heard that word in all sorts of different contexts in the books that we read or people that we talk to. And if someone has experienced trauma of really any sort, one of the most important things that they need is to be seen again. The word intimacy is sort of, you could think of it as like into me you see. And so many people are lacking that today. And even that by itself over a long enough period of time can start to feel traumatic too. So one way of looking at this is through what's called the triad of depression. This was first elaborated by Aaron Beck. If you've ever heard of cognitive behavioral therapy, he was one of those guys. The triad of depression goes like this. I believe that the world is unfair. I believe that I don't have a future, that things are hopeless, and I don't believe I can do anything about it, right? I don't have any agency over my life. And all three of those can kind of be tethered into no one sees me, no one really cares how this outcome comes out for me, no one is giving me specific encouragement of who I could become, right? A lot of that stems from just a simple lack of connection, like a fruit that's been picked off of the vine and no longer has nutrients going to it. Being seen and being recognized is one of the most fundamental human needs. With kids in the juvenile system, if they have an absent parent, whether physically gone or emotional absent, whatever it is, that child needs attention. It's human currency, right? Attention is the most powerful thing that moves our culture or moves the economy. You know, that's what advertising is. It's drawing people's attention towards a thing. Why is it important that a leather football crosses the line? Because we all give it attention and it has meaning for that. Now, what if we go without it? If I say attention-seeking behavior, you immediately probably think of something negative, right? Where even a child would prefer to be put into the juvenile system because at least there they're getting some type of attention, even if it's negative. It's kind of a sad state of affairs, but it's absolutely the case that that currency is so important to us that we'll be willing to do just about anything to get it. It might be hard to understate the effectiveness of someone just being seen when it comes to all of the mental health issues that we're encountering right now. We have a healthcare system which may lead one to feel like they're not really being listened to. When a physician, for example, has 10 to 15 minutes to make a diagnosis and send somebody on their way, are they really being paid attention to? We have so many substitutes that can keep us isolated from other human beings, and for a little while it sort of kind of works. With all the things that we have on screens available to us, the risk of going out and making a connection can be sort of left alone if we just are by ourselves. But really, there's a risk to each. The big risk of trying to know other people, if you're somebody who is struggling with isolation, is that other people really don't know how to connect or listen to you. Have you ever been in a conversation where there's sort of the me monster, where, you know, you share something and it's like, oh, well, let me tell you this. And then it's like, well, okay, well, I guess you're not really that interested in me, right? This is true for a lot of people, but for veterans as well, there's the story on the heart of what I went through, and I really just don't think other people can see things my way because I've seen things that my counterparts just haven't. Yeah, there's certainly some truth to that, but one of the difficulties is that you still need to be seen in that, if not fully comprehended. In order to be empathetic with somebody else, you don't necessarily need to have had that same person's experience, but one needs to allow themselves to be open to just listening, to connecting with whatever that is, without needing to put a label on it, without needing to have some type of fix for it, because often the fix in itself is just being able to connect on a deeper level with another human. By voluntarily giving up some of our attention to someone else, one of the most finite resources that we have, that is an extraordinarily valuable thing. That for someone who's gone through trauma, who maybe is in the throes of depression, who doesn't think the world is fair, who doesn't think there's hope in the future, and who doesn't think they can do anything about it, by being given that attention and perhaps even that encouragement, that begins to sort of undo that. Like, oh, maybe people do care about how my life turns out. Maybe there is something within me that can do this. Maybe I can practice my agency once again in a relationship where I can actually trust the other person. A lot of action can get shut down just simply by I don't trust anyone. How do you square the circle of I desperately need positive human attention and affection, yet I don't trust anyone to give that to me? Well, it's through attunement. It's through listening deeper. And that's what we're trying to do here.
I was working for a little newspaper in Iowa, covering local sports and daily news around the small community. I had something else I wanted to say. I spent the past 20 years working as a conflict photographer. I covered the war in Sierra Leone, Congo, Kosovo, the last decade in Iraq and Afghanistan. Every bad thing that was going on. You go there to do something very personal. You don't feel that you're important, you just feel that you want to see something yourself, and then you find that you're one of the few people who are willing to be there, and you start to understand that you have a more important purpose than floating through a place. I came back to find that more of our military men and women are dying from suicide than from war. It haunts you. I thought I was going to cover war in a broad way. I ended up hanging around with a bunch of young guys in their 20s. They were my friends and they were my protectors. Felt that I learned what a soldier was and learned about my own country again through these guys. These are young guys, and they became somebody out there. New friends, nickname. They grew. They gained 40 pounds of muscle. They were boys. They came home men, and then get back, and now what?
The human is made to be in community with others. We're not made to be in isolation. But the convenience, the ease, and the demands of our lives make isolation easier and easier, and eventually it's over. It's gone. There's no real relationships. We've driven ourselves into these silos of virtual reality, separate from each other while longing for each other, and then not having that takes a toll, not only on our culture, but also on our hearts and our minds and our general well-being. Mental health crisis is on the rise, teenage depression is on the rise, suicide rates in so many demographics is on the rise. People are having to work twice as hard to buy half as much, and so they're spending less and less time in community with other people. Social media is a substitute for deep and meaningful relationships, but anything that's a substitute you always need more of, and it never actually fulfills. It's so easy just to swipe something away. It's so easy to delete or to block. But in real life, it can't be done that way. No matter how much social media we consume, that human need for connection can never be replicated. What we need as veterans and as a country as a whole is each other. We need purpose, we need community, we need family, we need time together that's not rushed, and it's just not happening. When I got out of the military, it just sort of like crept up on me how isolated I felt. My friends were gone, the military was gone, my purpose was gone. I felt separate. I felt a disconnection. No matter what I did or how I acted or how I moved through the world, it just felt off. Not just for me, but a lot of veterans I know. In my experience as the founder of Mission 22 and as a 3-tour veteran, I've realized that civilians struggle with lack of community, lack of deep, meaningful friendships, just as much as veterans. I think the thing for veterans is that they had it once. And it's so demoralizing when it's gone, and it's so difficult to rebuild it, if impossible at times. Learning how to actually form deep connections isn't as simply as just wishing to. Sometimes it's a matter of actually learning how to. What if there was a way to really be in community? What if there was a way to have closer friendships, to know if one of your friends is suicidal, to actually feel how your spouse is doing? Are they depressed? Are they sad? Are they overwhelmed? What if we shifted our lives and prioritized the people in our lives and not only tell them that you're there for them, but actually show them? It's extremely difficult to feel alone and isolated. It's often even harder to see someone else feel alone and isolated. A lot of people feel powerless when someone that they love is struggling. I'm not a therapist, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a pastor. But the truth is that all of us have the ability to listen, to pay attention, to share in someone's suffering or their joy. And those relationships don't all have to be professionalized. What we've learned at Mission 22 is that some very simple skills that can bring us closer to each other, help heal broken relationships, and bring purpose into people's lives. In a world so desperate for connection, you can learn how to be somebody who offers that, and you can make a difference in somebody's life.
Welcome back to Bostic Gymnasium in Danville, Indiana, as we get prepared to start the third quarter in this game between the Indiana Lyons and the Midwest Monstarz. And I'd just like to express my sincere appreciation to Mission 22, not only for sponsoring this broadcast, but for all the things that they do for the young men and women who defend our country and experience things that nobody would want to experience and come back and need some help transitioning back to the civilian life and dealing with the trauma of what they experienced. So if it doesn't matter where in the country you are, Mission 22 is a nationwide organization. So whether you're in Chicagoland, you're in the Indianapolis metropolitan area, as we are, or you're anywhere else in the United States that are watching this, and you are a veteran or know a veteran who needs the help of Mission 22, please send them to mission22.com and let these wonderful folks help them. So thank you so much to Mission 22. You guys mean a lot to us. And thank you to the Lions for listening to our protests over what happened yesterday and allowing us to have Mission 22 back as a sponsorship today. All right. Preston Case, three-pointer up, no good. Rebounded by, that's V. Bracey down there. Midwest Monstarz are in the green uniforms. Indiana Lyons in the purple and teal uniforms. Shot is up and no good by Alex Gaines. However, V. Bracey gets the rebound and gets his feet tangled up.
He's going to be shooting two.
Hits the deck, draws the foul as he should have. And I want to say that was Corey Wright who was called for it, but I couldn't swear. At any rate, not only is V. Bracey okay, he's going to go to the line and shoot two for the Monstarz. Lions up 87-52, and this game was actually within 6 points in the second quarter, and then disaster involving the 3D light for the Midwest Monstarz. And in the second half of the second quarter, and things went off the rails in a hurry for the boys in green.
Yeah, Lions came out with that full court press, and Monstarz just couldn't handle it. Nope. Oh!
Stolen by the Monstarz. Mayhem with ball handling. Shot won't go. Rebounded by Corey Wright.
There you go, Corey. Get the
and
rebound.
Here comes Alex Gaines. Okay, I thought he was going to catch Corey, but he couldn't quite. Lions bringing it up the floor. So it won't be real hard if you're with the Monstarz organization to figure out what we need to work on in practice. And that's understandable. As I said in the first half, Jim and I have seen the 3D light and the 7-second
Corey Wright
violation just kill new teams in the ABA.
Corey Wright with a nice putback off the T. Williams miss.
And there we go. Okay, got it over the center line. Yeah, we saw so many Monstarz stop one step short of the center line, and then they'd get the 7-second violation. Just got to take one more step. That'll be a kicked ball off of Mike Carter. This is a really good team. I like this Midwest Monstarz team.
Yeah, they just kind of lost it there at the end of the second quarter. But
if it could go wrong, it did for the Monstarz.
See if they can mount a comeback in this second half.
Yep. Three-pointer up, no good. A little bit short, rebounded by Mike Carter. Over to Corey Wright, and Corey brings it across the timeline. Back over to Preston Case. Preston Roberts now with it. Passing around, ball comes loose. Reeled in by Marquise Harris. Stolen by Corey Wright. That'll be 2 for the basket, 1 for the 3D light. And that 3D play happened so quickly we couldn't even get the light on.
Yeah, I tried to get it on here, and just as he was putting it in, that's when it finally took effect.
So, great play there by Corey Wright, and the 3D light woes continue for the Midwest Monstarz in this one. Drive to the basket, won't go. That's V. Bracey. He draws the foul and will go to the line to shoot 2. So, yeah, V. Bracey, I think I said it in the first half, but if you haven't considered a career in broadcasting or music, you've got a tremendous voice.
He's got a nice, what do you call that, a baritone?
Yeah, a very rich and full voice. And
yeah, he came in, nobody else was here. We were setting up, and hey, you guys.
Yeah. They had super nice guy. As I said, he helped me with pronunciations, and so thanks so much, V, as he gets his second shot to go after his first one wouldn't cooperate with him.
Yeah, and they don't. They can't. The Monstarz are in a zone. Doesn't look like they're trying to do a full court press.
Preston Roberts' shot won't go. Reeled in by the Monstarz. Picked off by Corey Wright. And is that going to be? Yes, it is. Another 3D play.
Oh, they called a 3D play?
Shot won't go. Okay. Monstarz get the rebound. Kill the 3D light. Yeah, I wasn't sure if that pass originated in the backcourt. Stop doing that, Monstarz. And that'll go out of bounds over to the Indiana Lions, and the Monstarz coach is about to come out of his skin. He can't get his players to execute the way he wants them to execute. And, oh, nice steal there by Alex Gaines. He's going to bring it up the floor. 3-on-2 in the Monstarz' favor. He's got a teammate all by himself. Oh, blocked by Corey Wright.
Oh, Corey.
Corey comes out of nowhere, knocks down Marquise Harris's shot. Preston Roberts, no, won't go.
Oh, Preston.
Alex Gaines going to bring it up the floor. Monstarz with it too. Monstarz left all by themselves over there. I'm not sure I like that. Three-pointer, however, will not go. Rebounded by T. Williams.
That was I think that was a good job of blocking out by Corey Wright. Let T get that.
Corey can't get the shot.
Get that rebound.
Dartner gets his own rebound. Mike Carter being a super pest on defense. The shot clock hasn't started, and now I think that worked in Midwest Monstar's favor there. Long three up, no good. Rebounded by, whoa, look, Corey Wright.
Yeah, Corey's gonna done a good job rebounding the last couple games.
Yeah, he has. T. Williams with it. Nice screen there by Corey Wright. Oh, Preston Case. You don't leave the silent assassin alone like that.
He's gonna take that.
He nails it
all
from
the
sniper
time.
range. Fred Harris bringing it up the floor for the Monstarz. He's trapped. He's got to kick it out, and he does. Over to Charles Harris. Charles' shot won't go. Rebounded by Corey Wright. There are 2 Andersons and 3 Harrises on this team. I have no idea if any of them are related to each other. They're both fairly common names.
They're going to call that a charge on Corey Wright or timeout before the foul happened?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Milling around like we have a timeout. We're due for a media timeout, so we'll call it. 7:02 with in the third quarter. Indiana Lyons 95, Midwest Monstarz 54, and Jim and I will be back in a moment. Welcome back to Bostic Gymnasium, Danville, Indiana, as we come out of the first media timeout of the third quarter. Indiana Lions hold a 95-54 lead over the visiting Midwest Monstarz, who are in their first season in the ABA. They come out of Chicagoland. Monstarz in the lime green uniforms, Indiana Lions in the purple and blue uniforms.
Yeah, and they did call a charge on Corey Wright, I believe.
All right. And we got a travel called against Kamari Anderson. Preston Roberts was trying to steal the ball from him. And the ball goes over to the Lions. This broadcast is brought to you by Mission 22. thank you so much, Mission 22, for everything that you do for our veterans' mental health and in the battle against veteran suicide as the Lions can't get their shot to go. Monstarz passing it around. Three-pointer, I think that's Kamari. It won't go. Rebounded by Preston Roberts. Over to T. Williams. Oh, nice job by Kamari to get his hand in there and knock it free. The ball will stay with the Lions, but it'll give the Monstarz time to regroup. And a long, 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 long way away from the importance of what Mission 22 does every day. We thank Mission 22 for this broadcast sponsorship. Corey Wright going to inbound for the Indiana Lions.
I'm not
into
sure
T. Williams.
what the holdup was there.
I couldn't tell you. Mike Carter's shot won't go. Rebounded by V. Bracey. And here come the Monstarz. Kamari Anderson. No. Shot won't go. Battle underneath for the rebound. Corey Wright and Charles Harris. We've got whistles going. Tracy Ganau going to enter the game. I think that's the first time we've seen him today.
That is. So.
Corey Wright going to get a break.
Okay, it was Corey taking a break.
Corey had himself a good sequence out there while he was on the floor. T. Williams with it. No, he kicks it to Tracy. Oh, beautiful block there.
Oh, wow.
By Meach Osborne underneath the basket.
That was good ball movement, though. Got Tracy open.
Yeah.
I don't think he was expecting the guy,
No.
Meach, to come from behind like that.
No foul was called. That was a legit block. The ball just went out of bounds. That's why the Lions still have it. Nice job by Meach Osborne. Preston Case, turnaround jumper won't go.
It was right at the shot clock.
On the floor.
Must have been out on
Out
the
of bounds.
Yeah,
Okay.
out on the Monstarz.
Lions still with it. T. Williams. Nice screen there by Preston Case. Whoa! T almost loses it out of bounds. Now he does lose the ball as the Monstarz reach in there, get all grabby-like. V. Bracey brings it in for the Monstarz. Kamari Anderson's shot won't go, rebounded by Preston Case. So, we're approaching the 5-minute mark left in the third quarter. Lions are chugging along.
Good pull-up jumper by Preston Roberts. Just couldn't sink it.
Yeah. Monstarz now passing it around. V to the basket. He shoots, he scores. And it appears the Monstarz have gotten the 3D light issues for the most part resolved. They had one in the third quarter. That's going to be a push. And but it was significantly better than the 4,396 3D lights that they got hammered with in the second half of the second quarter.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a matter of not knowing the rules or just being a little lackadaisical and not understanding the urgency of getting across half court.
Could have been. Donnell Jones enters the game. It appears he's going to give Preston Roberts a break. Tracy can't get his first free throw to go.
Deep breath, Tracy. Stretch it out.
Nope, it won't go. V. Bracey with the rebound. So, yeah, if the Monstarz can work out those bugs, I think they're going to be a good team in the ABA. Ball goes out of bounds over to the Lions.
Yeah, it's still early in the season. What is it, week 2? And,
yeah. At least it is for us. It is for the Monstarz too. That's right.
Yeah, I don't think I think they kind of go weeks like every other league.
Yep. Nice hustle there by DeMarcus Anderson. Ball goes out of bounds, but he was very disruptive on defense for the Monstarz. And we got Ari Young coming in to give Charles Harris a break. And we're off. T. Williams with it. Guarded loosely by DeMarco. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Underneath to Mike Carter. Mike can't get a shot to go, but that's because he was fouled. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2. 4:12 left in this third frame.
Good footwork by T. Williams to get Mike Carter open. He drew the defense to him. They're playing that zone, so you know the guy in the middle. Monstarz are playing a 2-3 zone, so you know when you make that cut, if you go to the right side, you're going to pull that guy up to the middle, up the lane a little bit, and that back door is going to be wide open if the guy on the other side doesn't come in as well.
That's exactly what I was just going to say.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all about the zone shift. Somebody's just a hair slower than what they need to be. You can break a zone pretty quick.
Michael is true on his first shot.
Yeah, Mike Carter found that little hole right underneath the basket.
Yep. Mike Carter is a 7-year veteran of the Indiana Lions. He is the only athlete who has played all 7 seasons of the Lions' existence.
Seems like he enjoys it.
Yeah, and he is most definitely the heart and soul of this Lions team. As Donnell breaks up the pass, the ball goes over to the Lions. That was not a 3D play because the Monstarz had gotten it into the front court. And Preston Case, the silent assassin,
he's getting warmed up
from sniper range. Oh, goodness. Can't hang on to the ball. Ari Young can't, and it goes out of bounds over to the Lions. So on that last sequence by the Lions, great job there by Donnell Jones to create the turnover. And then Preston Case to fire the long-range shot in for 3. Ari's going to put up a shot, and he'll make it. 100-58 is the score. Indiana Lions in the lead. 3:18 and counting left in the third stanza.
Yeah.
Preston Case again, a little bit short on that one. Oh, Donnell Jones gets the rebound, but can't get it to go in. Tracy Ganow's tip in won't go.
Just play a little volleyball. Somebody will get it in there sooner or later.
And that somebody was T. Williams.
Yeah, in the second quarter, the wheels kind of fell off. In the third quarter, they ran out of gas, and now they're trying to find a rental car.
Oh, that'll be off Tracy Ganow of the Lions. It'll stay with the Midwest Monstarz. A couple of substitutions here. As soon as these gentlemen turn around, I can see their numbers. Fred Harris coming in, Alex Gaines coming in, and we will see them in action after this media timeout. We are back in Bostic Gymnasium, Danville, Indiana, coming out of the second media timeout of the third quarter in this broadcast that is presented by Mission 22. And we have the Indiana Lions up against the Midwest Monstarz in week 2 of the ABA season. Monstarz will be inbounding.
Yeah, the Lions come out in the zone. They're going to play a 2-3 zone as well.
DeMarco can't handle the pass. T swipes it, and here go the Lions. Mike Carter all the way down and in for 2.
Carter, just take it all the way.
Michael Carter showing some hops. Donnell Jones creating havoc over there, and okay, Monstarz barely get it across the timeline. Shot won't go, but the putback, no, it won't go either. And Mike Carter,
yeah, he tracks it down. There you go.
Over to Donnell Jones. And he gets the ball swiped by, I think that's Meach Osborne. I'm going by his shoe color because I can't see his number from this far away. Shot is up, shot is good by Alex Gaines. And that was indeed Meach Osborne with the steal. 104-60, Lions in the lead. T, Preston Case. Preston's shot won't go. No effort for the rebound there by the Monstarz, so T gets the easiest board of his life.
Yep, shooting threes, that rebound is going to be a lot farther out than if they're shooting twos.
Meach gets his big paw on it, goes out of bounds, will stay with the Lions. 13 on the shot clock. Tracy Gannow, Donnell Jones, reverse layup by Donnell.
Donnell.
And he gets it to go, and then he's going to go down there and be a pest on defense. And ties the ball up. No, he's going to get dinged with a foul. He thought he had the jump ball. Referee said, no, sir. So good to see Donnell back in a Lions uniform today after his unexpected assignment yesterday.
It was his inaugural game with the Wisconsin Frost. Yeah. Hey, you get some playing time. Yeah, we still don't know if that game counted or not.
We talked to Eric Messer beforehand, and Eric agreed with us that it can't possibly count, can it? I mean, we had 3 Lions playing for the
and there's
Frost.
a little bit of chippiness going on between Donnell and C.J. Broadenax.
Oh.
They're getting a little pushy when the officials are not looking.
Uh-oh. I know Tyrone Brown's not going to like that, and I think that's the exact conversation he's having with Donnell over there. So, for Monstarz fans, the Frost showed up with 3 players. 3.
The rest of them were antiquing. That's my theory, and I'm sticking with it.
That's right. So the Lions had to lend them 3 players. One of them was Donnell Jones, who currently has the ball. Over to Mike Carter. No, shot won't go. Rebounded by DeMarcus Anderson. DeMarcus is going to bring it up the floor. He finds Alex Gaines over there. Alex shoots. Doesn't go. Rebounded by Tracy Gannow.
Good board, Tracy. Hold on to it.
Yep, Gaines being a pest on defense.
Way to get it out of there, Tracy.
So the Lions had to lend the Frost 3 players. The rest of the Frost lineup showed up with a minute left in the third quarter. And as you might imagine, the final score was ugly in the Lions' favor. Shot won't go for the Lions down on that possession. Meach with it. Kicks it out to Harris. DeMarco's going to put up a shot. How did that not go in?
It bounced around and then went out.
I mean, and DeMarco's like, come on, man. What do I got to do to get that thing to go down? Oh, blocked there by Fred Harris.
Oh.
Tracy's desperation shot won't go. We reached the end of the third quarter. Indiana Lions 106, Midwest Monstarz 62, and we'll see you in a few. Welcome back to Bostic Gymnasium, Danville, Indiana, as we get ready to kick off the final 12 minutes of this contest between the Indiana Lions and the Midwest Monstarz. Lions in purple and blue, Monstarz in lime green, and the Lions hold a 106-62 lead. Now you're all caught up.
Okay.
Donnell Jones into David Coward. And David brings it up the floor. Nice spin move there to avoid Alex Gaines being the pest on defense. I like Alex Gaines a lot. Not the biggest guy on the floor, but boy, is he being
He's pesky.
troublesome. 6 seconds. And Donnell passes it to Mike. And
Carter says, you got to shoot it, man.
Yeah, Mike's like, I was not in any way ready for that.
Took his head off.
Alex Gaines, I was just talking about him. And he sinks it for 2. Got to think Alex is up among the leading scorers for the Monstarz. Picked off by C.J. Broadnax and then fouled in the backcourt by, I believe, Preston Case. And I believe that was probably strategic in nature by Preston Case.
Yeah.
Because he could see that Broadnax was going to get a free trip to the basket if he didn't do something.
Yep, might as well do it and make them set up a play. And now we're coming back this way.
Three-pointer up. No. Rebounded by Preston Case. So Preston's strategy paid off. Oh, goodness. Coward gets a little out of control, but gets some help from Donnell. Preston Case's shot won't go. Monstarz bringing it up the floor. Oh, nice. Well, almost nice. Fred Harris almost got a turnaround shot to go down.
That was kind of a half alley-oop. Yeah, he should have caught that, brought it down, took it right back up again. No dribble. Just take it right back up. You got the coach yelling out some instructions from the sideline.
Yeah, we got Tracy Gannow yelling out instructions to his teammates. Oh, goodness. Crash there. C.J. Broadnax goes flying. Preston Case, I believe, is going to be the guilty party again. And Broadnax will go to the line to shoot 2. 10:42 left in regulation. 106-64 is the score. 106-65 is now the score. Still 106-65. Tracy Gannow, Mike Carter fighting over the rebound. Ball goes out of bounds.
Oh, fellas.
Over to the Midwest Monstarz. Inbound pass. Meach with it. Throws it across to DeMarco. DeMarco's shot won't go. That is tipped out of bounds, they say, by the Monstarz, and that looked to be the correct call from my perspective.
The Monstarz are still.
Tracy Gannow for 2.
There you go, Tracy.
After the long
Muscled
pass
up
from
there.
Donnell.
Donnell's going to decide to be a pest.
Yeah.
On defense.
He's appropriately guarding Alex Gaines now. Gaines gets around traffic.
Oh,
puts it up and in.
rolls it in. Yeah, both teams are playing the 2-3 zone, trying to keep that from happening down low.
David Coward's three-pointer won't go, but Mike Carter with the rebound.
Oh,
and Tracy
Mike Carter
cleans it up.
That was all done by Mike Carter with that quick tip into Tracy.
Yeah.
For the assist.
That was a well-done defensive play there, gentlemen.
And way to be ready for it, Tracy.
Ball gets knocked free.
And
Coward,
there they go again.
Donnell's shot won't go. Tracy, there he is again.
Tracy Gannow. Yes.
Nice job by the big man, 1-4. Having himself a shift here.
Yeah, he's getting some confidence in this game.
Meach left all by his lonesome. Meach Osborne, that is, and he buries a three-pointer for the Midwest Monstarz. Ooh, Coward did step on the line. Okay.
Is that an over and back? Yeah.
Yep.
Not a 3D light, though.
No, it's not. Lions had gotten it across center court.
We're having a shift change for the Monstarz.
Yeah,
Everybody must come off. Everybody must come off the court.
5 off, 5 on for the Monstarz.
All right.
And
And no goalie.
no, empty net on this play.
Yeah.
Looks like Ari Young is going to do the honors for the Monstarz right at about midcourt. And here we go. Shot is up, and that's going to be a foul on Donnell going over the back, I believe. And this young man, whose number I cannot see and does not have the team shorts on with his number on
It's
the
number 5.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
It's Marquise Harris then.
Marquise Harris. Yep. Because I'm looking at him through the camera, which is over there, and we're over here.
Ah, okay. I was wondering what your secret was.
That's my secret.
Marquise can't get his first shot to go.
I can even tell what number is, out at half court.
Second shot up and good for the Monstarz. David Coward having some trouble over there at midcourt again.
David. Yeah.
Thanks to Marquise. Marquise may have cut that one a little close, though, and yes, he did, and he'll get dinged for the foul. Yeah, Marquise Harris is one of 3 Harrises on the Monstarz lineup. No clue if they're related in any capacity. And then they've got Kamari Anderson and DeMarcus Anderson. Again, no clue if they're related. Those are both fairly common names, so I don't know. Oh, nice shot there by Preston Case.
Case.
There we go. Good job by the Monstarz getting it past center court, except the ball gets knocked free. Gathered up by Donnell Jones. Here comes Tracy Gannow. His shot is up, no good, but I believe he drew the foul. And
Yeah, just take it straight to the hoop, Tracy. You're 6'9", and you're just gonna keep getting fouled.
Kamari Anderson is the guilty party on that infraction. And Tracy Gannow will go to the line to shoot 2. 8:30 left in the fourth quarter. Lions up 114-71. And Tracy's first shot is up and good.
All right.
This game has actually been rather competitive, with the exception of the second half of the second quarter. And that's where things went supremely sideways for the Midwest Monstarz. And
Yeah.
that's why the score looks a little more lopsided than most of the rest of the game has actually been.
Yeah, I think it was when the Lions started coming out with some pressure, and the Monstarz didn't handle it well.
Donnell Jones swipes the ball.
Oh.
Mike Carter's all by himself, but that pass is so high he can't do much with it except kick it back to Donnell Jones. Donnell's shot up. No. Oh. Almost got it in, but not quite. Kamari's shot won't go. Rebounded by Preston Case.
Yeah.
Preston's going to get that. Okay, David Coward just saved it from Marquise Harris, who darn near intercepted it and would have triggered the 3D light. Fouled out on the other end, and I believe David Coward will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, the Monstarz trying to toughen up their defense a little bit, playing them a little bit closer coming into the middle of the fourth quarter.
Kamari Harris called for the foul, so we will see what David Coward can do about that when we return from this media timeout. Welcome back to Bostic Gymnasium, Danville, Indiana. As we come out of the first media timeout of the fourth quarter. And I realized during break that I think I called him Kamari Harris. He's not a Harris, he's an Anderson. Kamari Anderson, my mistake. Apologize, Kamari. This broadcast is brought to you by Mission 22. And Mission 22 is a fantastic organization that fights against veteran suicide. So please check them out at mission22.com. David Coward is going to go to the line to shoot two. He was fouled by Kamari Anderson. Got it right that time, right before the break. David's first shot up, a little bit to the left. And, Vince Hill in the game. Except Vince forgot that David's shooting two.
Very
Phil
rarely
Messick has
do you
entered the
shoot
game.
two.
Tiger Guillory has entered the game. I'm just now noticing all the changes, so I think I got them all for the Lions. David's second shot won't go either, and it's rebounded by Charles Harris. Charles brings it up the floor. C.J. Broadnax back to Charles.
Lions trying to do some trapping out high.
Yep. Shot by Ari Young won't go. He wanted to foul, didn't get it. Rebounded by David Coward. Over to Donnell Jones. Yeah, I think this is the first time we've seen Vince Hill today, too.
I believe it is. Oh, nice move.
Curious why that is.
Phil Messick with the little hesitation, but he lost the handle.
Vision Hill had a good game yesterday, so I don't know. This is Ari Young. He's running out of real estate, so he kicks it over to a teammate. Long three-pointer up, no good. No, I'm sorry. That was Ari Young with the shot. That was Broadnax who was running out of floor.
Yeah, that was not a good choice. Shot selection.
Oh, Vision saves it. Over to Donnell. His shot won't go. Scrum for the rebound. Big man hits the deck. That's V. Bracey down there.
Who are we calling the foul on?
And I believe, oh,
got some sweat on the floor. They need to get the mop up there because rubber shoes generally don't soak up too much sweat.
No. David Coward's going to get a squirt of water. Corey Wright has re-entered the game. Okay, the Monstarz will have the ball. All right, that was.
Where's the kid with the mop?
Yeah, there's the mop. So, head coach and co-owner Tyrone Brown.
There, Maisha should take care of it.
Oh, Maisha's got a towel out there. All right.
Yeah.
So, assistant coach, Maisha Richmond.
She's got her game-sanctioned slippers on for this game.
That's right. She found a towel, wiped up the smudge, and here we go. Uh-oh.
What do we got going on here? Oh, there you go. Vince still got it.
Donnell Jones all by his lonesome. No, won't go. Tiger Guillory, however, bats it to Vision. Vision can't get it to go in. Ball swatted around. Corey Wright brings it in. Back
Somebody
to Vince Hill.
hit it.
Over to Corey. Through the woods. Grandmother's house. Back to Donnell. He shoots. No, too long. And finally tracked down by Charles Harris for the Monstarz.
Fellas, that was a grueling set of plays there.
Yes, it was. That was much ado for nothing. Corey Wright called for the foul for the Indiana Lyons. So Midwest Monstarz will inbound it just inside the center court line. That transaction goes well for them, so here we go. 6 minutes left on the nose. And Tiger Guillory gets dinged for that one. C.J. Broadnax took a blow to the head, and apparently that's illegal. C.J. seems to have his nose and eyeballs still in place. I think he's all right, although he can't get his first shot to go.
A brick, yeah.
And he will try a second time. Shot is up. No. In and out. Oh, however, it's rebounded by Charles Harris. Nicely done, Charles. And he says, you know what, I couldn't get the, he can't get the layup to go either. Goodness sakes. And the ball goes over to the Lions.
Oh, yeah. Well, at least they didn't. Yeah, don't save Usually don't want to save the ball right underneath the rim. However, they were on offense. So, moot point.
Well,
I'm just thinking out loud right now.
Ari Young is called for the foul on that one. Lions inbound it. Donnell Jones with it. Donnell weaves through traffic. His shot won't go. However, there is a whistle. And it appears Donnell will shoot
Number 5.
2
That's on
because
Marquise
Harris is dinged for the foul.
Okay, Donnell, let's sink them both.
Donnell's first shot up. Good.
Yeah, I get that young man a little more playing time. It'll make him more relaxed in this kind of situation.
He had a great game yesterday. Unfortunately, he was wearing the wrong jersey
Yeah.
because he was pressed into game salvaging duty. But he had a couple blocks, and Donnell's only 5'9".
Donnell, you can't crawl up his nose.
Oh, they made that illegal in basketball
Yeah,
too?
well, yeah, you can pick your friends and you can pick your nose, but you can't
pick
your
his
friends, your friends' noses. Yeah.
Tiger Guillory playing some tight defense there, and we've got a travel called against Charles Harris.
Charles Harris didn't like that call
He
at
did
all.
not. Phil Bessick underneath. He gets the bucket. He gets fouled by V, and Phillip will go to the line to shoot the and one. 5:16 left in regulation in this one. And we have another complete line change
Shift
for
change.
the Midwest Monstarz.
Do they clock in and clock out when they do that?
I think so. Kind of like Wile E. Coyote and the sheepdog.
Everybody, yeah, that's, yeah. Shift change.
None of these players, I'm sure, know what I'm talking about.
Wile E. Coyote.
And the sheepdog, yeah.
I know what you're talking about, but I guess I don't follow what you're talking about.
Phil's free throw won't go, but Corey Wright gets the board and the putback. And I was talking about the Warner Brothers cartoons where Wile E. Coyote would go out and try to steal sheep, and he and the sheepdog would clock in at the beginning.
I remember it now. Yeah, it's only been 40 years since I watched it. Oh,
the
good Lord.
sheepdog would pummel Wile E. Coyote, except then the lunch whistle would sound, and he'd have to stop pummeling him.
And then
they'd
the
go
other,
eat lunch together.
other sheep, yeah. And then they'd clock back in again.
Clock back in, go back to pummeling him right where he was.
Okay, back to basketball. Now I got you.
Oh, boy.
I bet I was not the only one that needed clarification on that.
Yes, I'm a huge Looney Tunes fan.
Yeah, if anybody's looking for Looney Tunes, I know they got it on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Because I was actually watching it a few weeks ago just for the heck of it.
My humble opinion, those are the best cartoons ever created.
Oh, yeah.
Vision Hill takes it in and then scores a 2-point layup.
Yeah, I think that's the whole reason the world is going to hell is the lack of Saturday morning cartoons.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Shot won't go for the Monstarz. Tiger Guillory with a nice rebound there.
I take what I said back about the loose rims.
Yeah.
Loosening up the rims.
Maybe at halftime they tighten it back
Tighten it back up again, yeah.
We were watching the Mission 22 presentation, so we didn't notice.
Cam going out and doing a little coaching right now.
Yeah. It appears David Coward is going to re-enter the game right after we come back from this media timeout. We'll see you soon. back in Bostic Gymnasium, Danville, Indiana, coming out of the final media timeout of regulation. And it would be quite shocking if we go into extra time on this one, as the Indiana Lions hold a 123-71 lead over the visiting Midwest Monstarz with 3:58 left to play. If you're just joining us, this game is, the score is deceptive.
What do
there was
we
a
have
technical
going?
foul called against the Lions for some reason. I'm not sure why. At any rate, Monstarz are shooting their technicals and got them both. And that was Alex Gaines. I missed what happened. Why the Lions were teed
I
up.
don't either. I know Maisha was out there questioning something, and they were just walking down for some free throws. So
Once again, had to been something said because there was no fracas on the court. So I don't know. Tiger Guillory shoots and scores. So anyway, the Midwest Monstarz had a catastrophic second half of the second quarter. But other than that, they've been hanging tough. And
I mean, it's spurts.
Yeah.
It didn't take much, and the Lions just broke out to a huge lead.
Yeah. And it primarily involved the 3D light, if you're just now tuning in.
Yeah, I think those 5 or 6 3D lights right before halftime just were demoralizing.
Yeah.
Deflating.
And the Lions converted, I think, most of those 3D possessions into the extra points, and it just got out of hand in a hurry. Fred Harris going to the line. He shoots, he scores. So anyway, Monstarz fans, do not lose hope. You've got a good team. Just had a really rough stretch there of about 5 or 6 game minutes. But get that ironed out, and you'll be in good shape. We thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you very much.
Hopefully you've enjoyed the broadcast.
Yeah.
We know a lot of teams don't get the opportunity to watch their home team when they're on the road.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of on the road, as nobody can seem to secure the ball until Donnell Jones finally does. And layup is up and good.
Oh, Donnell Jones. That's a highlight reel. Had a nice Euro step there.
Yeah. So speaking of on the road, this is the last home game for the Indiana Lions for quite some time. They're going to be on the road for the next 3 weeks. Jim and I won't be back here in Bostic Gym until November 23rd.
That's right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And so we are not going on any of the road trips. So we're going to have to rely on other teams providing broadcasts. And we cannot promise that all other clubs do. I think one of the trips is to St. Louis. And our friends at Livestream STL out there in St. Louis generally cover the 2 St. Louis teams that will be playing. And it would be my guess that they will cover that one. So that would be the first place I'm going to look, is Livestream STL. As for the other road games, I don't know.
So on the 23rd, since they're playing the Monstarz right before Halloween in this game, are they playing the Toronto Turkeys for Thanksgiving?
I do not remember the opponent off the top of my head. I have
probably
a pretty
not.
good guess, but I'm not going to say it because undoubtedly I will be wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Donnell Jones with a nice rebound there. Up, except the ball goes out of bounds. It'll go over to the Midwest Monstarz. So my recommendation, Lions fans, is to stay tuned to the Lions social media, the Facebook, the Instagram, and I would imagine that the franchise will post something about where to find videos, should they exist, of the Lions' upcoming road games.
Yeah, they have the schedule out, and of course schedules change
Sure.
periodically for unknown reasons a lot of times.
Yeah. Oh, nice shot there by Ari Young for 3 for the Midwest Monstarz.
Little spark in the end of the fourth quarter.
And if you're fans of Jim's and mine, we will be on our own YouTube channel next weekend, broadcasting a tournament down in Bedford, Indiana. With the Indiana Shuckers are participating in that, and the other teams are new to us, so we look forward to that. And we love going down to Bedford because They are super hospitable and
Nice
always
facility,
good basketball.
nice folks, friendly. Whenever we see the guys, just say, come up and talk to us. We don't bite
Yeah.
very hard.
Yeah, we like what we refer to as our Bedford boys. So shot won't go. So anyway, tune into Minotaur streaming on YouTube next weekend.
Oh!
And Jim and I will be yakking away all day, both days.
What was that? I think that was an attempt at a dunk.
Yeah, I think Tiger got hung up underneath the backboard on that one.
Yeah, I don't think in his wildest dreams was he going to make that one.
And then after that tournament down in Bedford, if you hadn't had enough of us yakking, you can check out our new show, Maximum Minotaur, over on Minotaur Streaming on YouTube. We just posted our first episode of that. That involves the Maximum Basketball League. We just posted our first episode of that a couple days ago, and we've got some notes on how we're going to change things up a little bit. But, for first attempt at our first show ever, it wasn't too terribly bad.
That was awful.
Well, at least the 17th take of it that
Yeah.
we tried.
If you look up the
Wasn't
term
terrible.
sucked in the dictionary,
Yes. Is that personification you were
yeah,
talking about?
it's the personification of suck.
Yeah, we're used to being
What do we have here?
behind a microphone, not in front of a camera. So we got some things to iron
Yeah.
out. But we try our best, and it is what it is. The first episode, and so after that tournament in Bedford, we will likely shoot our second episode. So keep an eye on that. And then it should be about time for the Lions to come home.
I believe a cold front just moved in. They left the door open, and it just got about 20 degrees chillier up here.
Yes, it
Which
did.
I'm not saying I am going to complain because it feels good.
Yeah,
It's
it
usually
does. But I noticed that.
hotter than Hades
also.
up here. Minute 16 left on the clock. This is the time of the game when you just don't want anybody to get hurt. And
Yep. Nicely done by Vince Hill.
Finish
fending
it
off
up.
the contact midair.
yeah, finish it out, shake hands, and
Yeah.
have a nice trip back.
We've enjoyed having you here at Midwest Monstarz, and we wish you well for the rest of the season. I'm
Phil
not
Bessick with the
sure
steal.
We're going to see you again, and unless it's in the postseason some way. But you're a good squad, and as we've said, work out those wrinkles that plagued you in the second quarter, and you'd be just fine.
Yeah, good pick there by V. Bracey.
Thank you again to Mission 22 for sponsoring yesterday's broadcast and today's broadcast, and many thanks to the Indiana Lyons who listened to our colorful protest that Mission 22 did not get the viewership that it deserves because of the clown show that took place yesterday.
Yeah, the meeting that we had to come to that conclusion, that was,
Yeah.
well, I think the meeting minutes were pretty much, hey, let's do it for them tomorrow. Okay.
Yep, that's verbatim.
Yeah, and that is
the entire meeting. So
That or
there was no debate.
That's the sign. That's the signed copy of the meeting minutes
It was-
from Minotaur Streaming headquarters, official headquarters
That's
yesterday.
right.
Which is
Also-
pretty much the parking lot when
Also
we're
known
putting
as
our
the parking lot
gear,
after the game.
gear in the vehicles.
So anyway, that clown show yesterday was it was not the Lions' fault at all, and so they were very gracious in
Little long.
in our request, and I will say they also took care of the door problem. I don't think we've had the light coming into the door.
No, it is nice.
So thank you very much. They also made sure we had a full 15-minute halftime so that we could show you that presentation by Mission 22. So thanks all the way around. Thank you, Mission 22. Thanks to the Indiana Lyons. And we're looking forward to seeing these guys back at home on November 23rd, I believe is the date.
Yeah, see the season shaping up, watching some good basketball. Got various leagues warming up this time of year. And my Packers won, so what else can I say?
There you go. It's a good
Sorry,
day
Coach.
in Jim's world.
Yeah. Yeah, and for you Midwest Monstarz fans, hopefully the Bears get clobbered this evening. And
That's going to do it. Final damage 131-85. Lions pull out this win here. Once again, thank you to Mission 22 for sponsoring this broadcast. And much more importantly, thank you to Mission 22 for everything that you do for our military veterans' mental health. That'll do it for me and Jim. As we already went over the schedule, but follow us on social media. We'll be putting our November calendar out there. If you don't entirely hate us, we encourage you to subscribe to youtube.com /Minotaur Streaming. And until then, we will see you.